This is Andi Purewal for ID Boxing. We are here in Albania and I'm joined by manager Adam Morallee. Adam, a successful night, a much more tricky night than what I thought you might have imagined of him. It ended up being with Florian Marku come away with his unanimous decision victory. Just walk me through his fight before we do come on to the event itself.
Yeah, look, I actually thought Florian lost the first round. I thought he started quite slowly, then he moved on. I think Florian, when he boxes beautifully. But I haven't actually spoken to Florian, he's just over there, but I think the event was huge, it was massive, and I think maybe he wasn't listening to Grant in the corner as much as he normally would. I think when you look at that Chris Jenkins performance, he was listening to Grant. I don't think he was listening as much. I think the event was very, very big for him, but look at it, he got knocked down, he's got balls, he's got a heart, and I think he won 7-3, I had it.
Do you think he felt the pressure of tonight because of how much this kind of meant to him and also the people of Albania because they've wanted to see him return for such a long period of time now?
Yeah, listen, it's hard. Just after the fight, you don't know what it's like. That Mexican guy was tough. He was a little bit, dirty, elbows. He had a point deducted. You never know what's going through a fighter's head, and it's very easy when you're sat ringside to say, do this, get the jab going, keep him occupied. It's really easy. I don't actually know what Florian was feeling in there. I know his hand was a little bit tight before the fight started, but I don't think it's anything to do with that. Grant was giving him very clear instructions, and when he followed those instructions, I thought he looked fantastic, but he made it harder for himself than he should have.
I'm sure for Florian, he would have wanted the stoppage today. Yeah. Would that have been playing on his mind at all? Possibly.
We talked about it a lot before, which is never look for the stoppage and the stoppage will come. We saw it against Jenkins. He didn't look for the stoppage and the stoppage came. When he fought Lizetto, he looked for the stoppage, he went head hunting and the stoppage didn't come. So tonight we talked about that a lot. Maybe, did he look for the stoppage? I thought he was going to get him out there in the 7th round. Florian hit him with 2 cracking shots and maybe he did look for the stoppage a bit much.
You mentioned the 7th round, the following round, Florian gets dropped himself, which I think surprised a lot of people. What was going through your mind at that point?
Well, we had WBC Open scoring in the fight, so we actually I knew the score from the 4 rounds, and it was the end of the 8th, so we got it at the beginning of the 9th. We got the scoring. I knew he was ahead in the fight by 3 rounds after 4 rounds, so I thought he was well ahead in the fight. I was just thinking, Florian, just get through this round, win the fight. You revert back to that winning the fight. I think he was pretty buzzed from it. I mean, I haven't actually spoke to him about it, but he looked pretty buzzed from it. It wasn't just like a slip. He got a knockdown, I can't remember which round. He got a knockdown which could have been classed as a slip, may have been a slip, may have been a knockdown. They gave it as a knockdown. But yeah, he was buzzed from it.
What are the positives that Florian will take away from tonight?
Look, he got to come back to Albania, fight an amazing show in front of his home crowd. Really exciting fight. You can see he's got heart, he's got balls, he's got a chin, he got up. Yeah, he was buzzed, but I thought he boxed well in the last round. There's a lot of positives we can take from it.
Talking about that atmosphere, Adam, that was something special to have seen tonight from my perspective. So for you guys as a team, I can't imagine really what you guys made of it.
Yeah, look, I know how hard the guys have worked to organise this fight in Albania. I don't think they've organised a boxing match of this stature before. I think the boxer guys have come over and helped them as much as they possibly can. But to actually see it come together from earlier in the week where it was quite a long way off being done, and then I think the Albanians like to leave it to the last minute, so I don't think that many tickets were sold as of 2 days ago, and then all the tickets got sold in like 48 hours, and so it was very, very intense, and Florian walks down the street, he gets mobbed, he needs 4 security guards to go anywhere here. So it was, I think he felt that pressure, but I mean, incredible event, noisy, wrapping him to the ring. Just amazing. I'm not seeing anything like it. It's like this stadium is like a miniature version of Tottenham Stadium. It's really, really new, and the crowd feels close to you.
One final one on Florian, Adam. What next for him? I spoke to Benchel on that side. He mentioned the name Josh Kelly.
Yeah, we're looking at that fight. We've looked at that fight. I know Josh has gone up to 154. The Tyrone McKenna fight, I think, is interesting. People have been speaking about that fight. Look, Florian wants to move up. He's just got a WBC Silver Interim title now as well. So he's looking to move up and up. But we want him in exciting fights in front of British fans against names that people know.
Just a couple of ones to touch on. Latest with Lerrone Richards, what can you tell us?
I can't tell you too much. Got 2 very, very good conversations going on and probably news within the next couple of weeks.
Away from Lerrone, obviously Joyce as well. How's the big man doing ahead of his fight with Joseph Parker?
He's doing really well. Shane's running everything out there and doing a fantastic job. He's got really good sparring in camp, as well as Johnny Fisher, who's giving him tough rounds. He's got some really experienced people he's sparring with, and he's getting great rounds, looking super sharp. We're really happy with how camp's going.
We also now know that if he comes through, then he will be in line to face Alexander Usyk after his victory against Anthony Joshua. I just want to go back to last week. Your thoughts on Alexander's win?
Yeah, I thought Usyk's a genius, isn't he? I mean, he is pound for pound number one. I thought he was outstanding against Joshua. I thought he probably won the fight by 4 rounds. Yeah, I thought Joshua was in the fight, and definitely was in the fight in the 9th round, but I thought he was a clear winner.
A lot of people have picked up on the speech after the fight, and now as a manager, well, I just want to get your take on it and seeing Anthony go back in there to do that.
Yeah, look, I know the guys at 258 have taken some stick for that. I think that, listen, when your boxer's very emotional after the fight, you know, is it for you as a manager, you're going to step in there and like pull the mic out of his hand? No, I don't think you are. I think it's so easy to say these things that, oh, the management should have protected him. I think that he is his own man. I mean, he ultimately runs 258. He is his own man. And I think there were people looking out from there. I saw KD was in there. I saw Derek Chisora was in there. He went to leave and then he came back. He makes his own decisions. And I wouldn't criticise the management there. I think AJ wanted to talk. He did talk. Yes, people are slating him for it, etc. I think from my perspective, the only thing I'd say about it is I think it was Usyk's moment. And I think when AJ reflects on it, he might have thought, actually, I shouldn't have taken it away from Usyk's moment. That was his moment. As to what he said, you know, he said what he said and he was getting it off his chest. I don't think you can look badly on him for that.
Final one, Adam. I forgot to ask you, or mention it rather, I said that Joe will be in line to face Alexander Usyk, but there's obviously talks now that a Fury-Usyk fight may be close. Do you think we'll see Fury-Usyk?
Yeah, I do. I think we'll see it before the end of the year. I understand. I don't know inside details, but I do know that there's a festival in Saudi Arabia, and if it is to be in Saudi Arabia, it has to take place in a certain time of the year, which is the end of December. People have talked about December 17, December 18. I think that fight will happen, one way or another. It will happen. And then I think at that point, if Fury wins, for example, I think he'll vacate all the belts. So you'll see all these. You see Joe as the mandatory fighting someone. If it's vacated, it won't be Tyson Fury. You'll see Daniel Dubois probably fight the winner of Hughie Fury and Michael Hunter. The IBF, you've now got Ergovic in a mandatory position, and the BC, you've got Wilder as the number one. So I think you'll see maybe 3-4 new champions once Fury vacates.
Well, Adam, we will leave that there now and leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening and obviously celebrate tonight. Thank you for speaking to me in ID Boxing.
Cheers, mate.